Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Tiny Home Building. Today is May 27th, 3 weeks since my last video, and 5 weeks since we moved into this thing. I decided to wait an extra week to film this one for a couple of reasons. Number one, I'm battling health problems again. I've been sick twice since my last video, and I don't see any reason for that trend to not continue at this point. I'm trying to go back to limiting myself to working 3 or 4 hours a day on this thing, but now that we got the kitchen done, hopefully that will actually become a reality, so we'll see. The other reason I waited an extra week is because we've been working on the kitchen, and all we've been doing is painting cabinets and lining shelves. In my last video I talked about putting flooring into all the drawers and shelving and everything, so a lot of it has just been repetitive work, so there hasn't really been a whole lot to show people. But at this point we've made a nice dent in the labor since the last time we shot, so I decided I'd shoot another one today. So that being said, let's get started. I did take another shot at the drain pipe over here, and I have filled in all the dirt along the house here and up to here. The pipe keeps moving around on me because it rains and then the dirt gets wet and then the pipe shifts. So the way things are going, I'm probably going to have to bury this thing like 3 feet at a time. So it's probably going to take a while. I'm not sure when I'm going to get back to it, but yeah, that's where we are on that right now. That is the only update to the outside of the house. So, heading inside. You'll notice immediately we have a excellent Game of Thrones door rug that we added. And moving inside, the kitchen is more or less finished at this point. All the cabinets are painted, all of them have been lined, and all that jazz. It looks very nice. At this point we have used the stove, and it works, although we haven't used the burners on the top, just the oven section. And we have used the washer dryer, and it works, although it does take about 6 hours to do a load. So the smart thing will probably be to do a load right before bed, and then it'll be done when we get up. It's also pretty good at heating the house, so that'll be a good thing in summer, or in the winter, and a bad thing in the summer. So during the summer months we might just continue to use the one inside the house. We'll see how that goes. We're working on adding kitchen stuff into all the cupboards and drawers at this point. We've added these nice sparkly little door handles here to all the cupboards. That was a Shan Chan thing. We got a whole bunch of them off of Amazon for like $1 a piece. Drawers are looking good at this point. As you can see, we've got the floor liner in them, and I've done that to all the drawers and cabinets in the house at this point. So that was quite a bit of work, measuring them all and cutting them all and gluing them all in there. So I pretty much did that, and Shan Chan painted everything. But it's looking pretty nice. These have all been lined and have stuff in them at this point. So yeah, basically since my last video, just a lot of work on the kitchen and not much else. It has been very, very nice to have a somewhat clean countertop on this side now that all this is done. And we've also been using the dishwasher over here, and that works. Moving into the Poopymon room, I added the towel rack that I was talking about adding in the last episode, and we've added a couple more things to make it a little bit more Pokemon-y in here. We've got the figures on the windowsill, and we've got Charizard up there, and we also added the Pokemon clock, which I showed you in the last episode. It just wasn't installed yet. And yeah, everything's still going well in here. No issues, no nothing. Moving back to this section of the house, Shan Chan added this end table that we've been using to kind of stash all of our stuff on. Eventually, we would like to have two matching end tables, one for each side, and just make them thinner. But that's going to cost more money, and I'm out of money right now. So this will work fine for right now. We also assembled this shelf over here for underneath the television. It's full of odds and ends right now, but we'll be chipping away at that as we go. And then, of course, the TV, which has been very nice after a long day's work. Still don't have the desk in, and I have no plans to put it in at this point until after my movie shoot next week. For those of you following this channel, I'm shooting an Indiana Jones fan film, and I've got a whole bunch of props and the script and all sorts of things like that on my desk, so I don't want to be packing those away and then not being able to find them come shooting day. So we're probably just going to leave that for right now. Right now that's just kind of a storage area for extra stuff that we're bringing into the house and unpacking. We added another hallway clock up here, which is a nice comic book one, which I really dig, so that we can see what time it is when we're in the living room and the bathroom both. I also unpacked all of my Disney Infinity figures from in the house and decided to line them along the bedroom wall because I thought that was a really cool addition. So now when we look up there, we can see all sorts of happy Disney people. And down here we have added scratching posts for the kitty cat on either side of the door entryway. Inside the bedroom, I have installed another set of cabinets in here for extra storage, and those have the flooring in them as well, so lots of work there. Shan Chan added this bump right here so that we can open the door and it won't be hitting the wall. And she's also been adding hooks along the closet over here so that she can hang all of her hats and her cloak and some other things like that. I just picked up some more hooks at the store today. We may run those all the way along here. We will see how that goes. And then on this side, I had more Disney Infinity figures. This side is all Star Wars and Marvel. So, more geeky stuff. The ceiling fan in here ended up having the same problem that our kitchen light did. So we had to pull that out, shoot the housing full of spray foam, and then put it back together. We just did that yesterday, and we haven't had any problems, but we'll see how that holds up. No issues so far. And I believe that is it as far as all the additions that we've done since my last shoot. Lots and lots of work, but the place is livable at this point. We're able to use the kitchen, microwave food, cook meals, eat out here. So, yeah, it's coming along. We also have these TV trays that we can set up to, when it's time to eat, we can just set those up in front of the couch over here and eat our meal while we watch TV. So that's kind of what we're using for right now. Anyway, but now that this place is livable, I mean, clearly it's still a mess, but we went back to working 12 to 15 hour days for a while there, and as a result, Shan Chan and I have both gotten ill. So we're going to try and stop doing that and go back to the 3 to 4 hours a day that we were doing prior to the kitchen getting turned upside down. So that's our plans for the coming week, just to kind of tidy up around here and prep for the desk. There's quite a bit of touch-up work to do. Shan Chan has been painting the caulk that went underneath the door here and along the bottom of the cabinet and some things like that, just to make the place look a little bit more nice. We're also planning on putting flooring scraps in the windowsill here, because when we open the window and it rains, water comes in and then this gets wet, and we don't want that. So that's also on our list of things to do. And eventually I'm going to put an awning along the window and the door here, and the same thing for the bathroom and the bedroom, so we can have the windows open when it rains. But for right now, we don't have that. We do have an air conditioner that we've already bought that we don't have room to put out here right now because the place is too messy. But we're going to be having that go out the kitchen window and then sit right here. So that'll probably be installed by the time I shoot another video, because I'm expecting it to get hot pretty soon. My chore for tonight is to install this little waste paper basket here into this section. This has been our plan from the beginning, is to have a garbage can in here. And Shan Chan wanted this little device here that lets the cans slide out. So we can slide it out, slide it back in, and that way it doesn't take up very much space. So I'm planning on installing that later this evening. Anyway, that's about all we got for right now. Lots and lots of changes as usual, but it's coming along. I also have a renter moved in to our master bedroom in the main house at this point, which is a huge relief because I've really been struggling financially. So now that he's here, this place can finally start paying dividends and I can start getting my bills paid off. So not a whole lot I can do about that other than just wait, but there's plenty of work to do out here while I'm waiting, and I would like to get back to some semblance of a regular life at this point. Oh yes, one more thing. We also added this to hang our keys and such from right by the door. It's nice and nerdy. It's got the Legend of Zelda on it, which is pretty cool. That was like 12 bucks on eBay or something like that. But yeah, that's coming nice and handy. And then the fact that Rich installed 4 power sockets per outlet has also been really nice. So we haven't had to use any power strips or anything like that yet. I'm expecting that we're probably going to have to use one for the TV. We're planning on putting our PS4 up here eventually, and probably the PS3 and a couple of other things as well. But realistically, we're probably quite a ways away from doing that still. So anyway, that's where we're at right now. Thank you all for watching, and I will catch you next time.